Look, can we be honest though? I got knocked by a couple of beat reporters a couple of years ago when I said, in what world where we're talking about workplace conditions and sexual harassment, does your job require you to stand in a locker room full of naked men for an hour just to effectively do your job and be competitive?
Well, it should be somewhere else. It's awkward for everyone in there.
Right. I don't understand.
Wait, you're saying the locker room bothers you?
It does. Why is
I love it because not because they're naked, but because they're like fresh off the field. Like anyone who's played professional sports. But we can get them
while they're coming off the field. Is my point.
That would be better.
Before they go into the locker room.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's hard, but then they're always wanting to go somewhere else. Like Jane, to that point, like if they're coming off the field, they're like, "Yo, I want to go I want to go shower." There's nowhere to get it where they're like at ease.
You have to talk to the player, or this is your particular day to talk. Literally, training camp, we do it so seamlessly. So the fact that, like, I can't tell you how awkward it is to stand around in a locker room for an hour and, like, hope and pray that one of these guys are going to talk to you. Meantime, they're just completely disrobed. It amazes me. I did an interview with Michael Thomas 4 years ago, and he did it with his shirt off and a towel over his shoulders, like straight up old school. Like, I mean, this was like Keyshawn Johnson, his uncle back in the day. And I had people commenting on my Instagram, like, was he naked? I'm like, you guys realize this is what I do every single day. And so it's fascinating to me that we have these workplace, like HR summits, and they talk about, if a person grabs your arm a little too long or, above the wrist, that's bad. But yet I can stand in a locker room full of naked men for an hour.
Yeah,
as you can imagine, that doesn't go over well with beat writers when you say that.
Yeah, no, I could see that. And I've gotten tons of great info, as have you, in those settings. It's not like it's preventing us. It's just definitely a little awkward. I get that question a lot from journalism school, as you guys do too, of like, is it weird to be in a locker room? Like, I don't even care about that. It's not even about the nudity. But I do think that, organizations want to have their message heard before they break to talk to us, right? So how many times have we talked to players? They sound like they're saying the same thing because their coach just said in their post-game meeting, guys, when we talk to the media, we're not talking about postseason. We're not talking about this win. We're talking about the next game against the Chargers, whatever the heck they say.
But if you're grabbing them coming off the field, Diana, as they're getting ready to go into the locker room, and it's a free-for-all like we do at training camp, just grab that guy, grab that guy, grab that guy. To me, it's so much more in the moment anyways.
Yeah.
And in the locker room, a lot of the times, to your point, they can dodge you. Sorry, I got treatment.
They do,
Sorry, I got to go lift. Like, going to the training table. So
go to the shower, they're trying to get out of there.
I spend 45 minutes a day just sitting around a locker room full of guys getting dressed.
Okay, what's your secret then? How do you get them to talk when they don't want to? How do you stalk?
I mean, I think a lot of people go up to a guy and ask super personal questions without having a relationship, and you touched on it earlier. It goes back to authentically, and I say this to my journalism students, you did the little Zoom journalism school I did during the COVID. I believe in this 1,000%. When I go up to players, I authentically care about them as human beings. And I hope that that comes across in my dialogue and in my communications with them, and that they know it's not just about a scoop. And I think I'm successful with a lot of players because they know that about me. I think they know that 80% of the things that they tell me probably never make it on air. And that when I go up and ask them about their wives or their children or their favorite TV shows or saw you're doing this thing on the weekend or in your community, I think they know it's coming from an authentic place.
My style's so much different. Like, because I have that side, but I also have you talk about being authentic. I'll be like, and I've done this many times. I think Travis Kelce, I did it with most recently in terms of the last game I can think of, which I was like, hey, I'm hopping on SportsCenter, right? These guys know what SportsCenter is. I'm hopping on SportsCenter. I'm talking about your production. You got to give me one reason why you're better now than you were a month ago when your numbers were down. And usually when they understand what you're doing and why you need it, they usually play ball.